Have you ever wondered how something as small as a coin could hold a secret worth millions of dollars? Imagine walking down the street, jingling a few coins in your pocket, completely unaware that one of them could change your life forever. In today's video, right here on World Coins Hub, we're about to unlock the mystery of two rare old coins that aren't just fascinating pieces of history. They're treasures worth millions. Now let me take you back in time, into the year 1971. The United States had just come through a turbulent era, and in the hands of everyday Americans circulated a coin that seemed ordinary at first glance. The Kennedy half-dollar. Millions of people held it, spent it, and forgot about it. But hidden among those ordinary coins is a version so rare, so unique, that its value skyrocketed to an unbelievable $6 million. Think about that for a moment. A single half-dollar, something once tossed carelessly into vending machines, is now more valuable than luxury mansions, supercars, and even entire collections of gold. But why? What makes this particular 1971 Kennedy half-dollar so extraordinary? Is it a minting error, a design flaw, or something hidden deep in its creation that sets it apart? Stay tuned, because the story will absolutely shock you, but that's only the beginning. Because just when you think the Kennedy half-dollar is the crown jewel of rare coins, another legend emerges, this time from 1980. Picture a Washington quarter-dollar coin, something millions of people used to pay for groceries, bus rides, or a morning coffee. Ordinary? Not this one. There exists a quarter so astonishingly rare that its value climbs to an unbelievable $8 million. Yes, a coin that was once worth only 25 cents has become a fortune beyond imagination. But what's the secret? How could a quarter minted in 1980 become one of the most desired treasures in the numismatic world? Some say it's tied to a rare minting process. Others whisper about a striking error so unusual that collectors around the globe compete fiercely for it. And here's the most exciting part. You could be holding one of these coins right now without even knowing it. That pocket change in your wallet, that old coin jar sitting in the corner of your room, or even the dusty box of coins passed down from a grandparent, could hide a multi-million-dollar mystery waiting to be uncovered. So buckle up, because on World Coins Hub, we're diving deep into the secrets of these two legendary coins. The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar worth $6 million, and the 1980 Washington quarter-dollar worth $8 million. Their stories aren't just about metal and minting. They're about history, mystery, and unimaginable fortune. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at an old coin the same way again. Imagine holding a coin in your hand and realizing that what seems like ordinary pocket change could actually be worth millions. Imagine the thrill, the mystery, the heartbeat skipping as you look closer and wonder, could this really be true today? We dive deep into one of the most astonishing discoveries in the world of numismatics, the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar, a coin that has stunned collectors and experts alike with its unbelievable value, a staggering $6 million. Welcome back to World Coins Hub, where rare treasures and hidden gems of history come alive before your very eyes. And today, we are about to unravel a story that will keep you hooked until the very last second. Because the Kennedy half-dollar is not just another coin. It is a legend in the world of numismatics, and what you are about to learn may change the way you look at every coin in your collection forever. Now let us begin with the suspense. The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar was never intended to be more than a circulating coin struck after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. It was created as a tribute to honor a leader taken too soon. Collectors rushed to secure this coin in the early years, and yet among millions of pieces struck there are whispers of rare anomalies, hidden variants, and spectacularly preserved examples that elevate an ordinary half-dollar into a multi-million-dollar treasure. So what makes this coin valued at $6 million? What secret lies within its metal surface? And why do collectors around the world compete to own even one flawless example? Hold on, because we are about to reveal step by step. First, we must understand the basics of the coin. The Kennedy half-dollar minted in 1971 was the first issue, to be struck entirely in copper-nickel-clad composition, as the United States Mint had just ended the era of silver coinage. Its diameter measures 36 millimeters, its thickness is 2.15 millimeters, and it weighs 11.34 grams. These precise dimensions matter greatly to collectors because authenticity begins with measurements. If a coin deviates even slightly from these numbers, suspicion arises. But when a coin perfectly aligns with mint specifications and shows impeccable preservation, its value can skyrocket, especially when certified by leading grading companies like PCGS, the Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Company. But wait, here comes the twist. Not every 1971 Kennedy half-dollar is valuable. In fact, the vast majority are worth no more than 50 cents. But when you stumble upon a rare variety, perhaps struck on a leftover silver planchet or displaying a unique minting error, or when you discover a coin that grades an extraordinary MS-68 or MS-69 under PCGS or NGC standards, suddenly the value transforms from cents to hundreds, thousands. And in the case of the rarest examples, millions. Imagine sending your coin for grading, nervously waiting for the slab to return. And when you finally see that shining MS-68 label, you realize you are holding not just a coin but a fortune. The suspense builds further because collectors know condition is everything in numismatics. A coin that has survived untouched without scratches, wear, or contact marks is a miracle of survival. When such a coin is graded and encapsulated, it becomes a museum piece. And the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar that reached $6 million was exactly that. A flawless masterpiece with extraordinary provenance. Now think about it. How many of these coins did people toss into pockets, piggy banks, vending machines, and yet one single coin preserved with care transcended all others and became the holy grail of its series? Now here is where curiosity explodes. What makes collectors chase after such treasures? Numismatics is not only about owning coins, it is about history, artistry, and scarcity. Combine the Kennedy half-dollar carries the portrait of a beloved president struck with elegance and detail. Its reverse shows the presidential seal with the American eagle, a design rich in symbolism. When collectors hold this coin, they are not just holding metal, they are holding a piece of America, a piece of memory. And when rarity intersects with history, the price becomes limitless. But the journey does not stop here, because many of you might be asking, how do I sell such a coin? If I find one, how do I turn this treasure into money without losing value? Here is the answer: do not rush. Never take it to a local pawn shop or quick buyer, because they may undervalue it. Instead, you should consult leading auction houses such as Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. These are the platforms where world record prices are achieved, where wealthy collectors bid passionately, and where your coin gets the recognition it deserves. And remember, always have your coin authenticated and graded by PCGS or NGC before selling, because buyers demand trust, and only professional certification can provide it. Pause for a moment and imagine you are at an auction. The lights are dim. The tension is electric. The auctioneer holds up your 1971 Kennedy half-dollar certified. In a pristine holder, bids begin at $1 million. Voices rise quickly: 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. Until the hammer drops at 6 million. The crowd gasps and you realize your coin, your treasure, has just made history. This is not fantasy. This is the reality of numismatics when rarity, condition, and demand align. And now let us take a moment to explore collector terminology, because every true numismatist uses precise language terms like mint state, referring to uncirculated coins. The higher the mint state grade, the more valuable the coin strike quality, which measures how sharply the design elements appear. cameo and deep cameo used for proof coins with frosted designs and mirrored backgrounds, and die varieties which separate ordinary coins from extraordinary rarities by identifying unique features. If you want to become a successful collector, you must speak this language. You must understand these terms, and you must train your eye to spot what others overlook. Because the greatest fortunes in coin collecting are made by those who notice details hidden in plain sight. But suspense must continue because many are still wondering, could I have this coin in my possession? Right now the answer is yes. It is possible. Every year new discoveries surface from forgotten rolls, from inherited collections, from bank boxes unopened for decades. A 1971 Kennedy half-dollar might look ordinary at first glance, but with magnification, with patience, with knowledge, it could reveal itself as a hidden rarity. So check your coins carefully because you never know what lies in your change jar. Now let us add even more curiosity because many collectors ask why the Kennedy half-dollar is so iconic beyond value and rarity. The answer lies in its story, minted in memory of a fallen leader. This coin became a national symbol struck in vast numbers, yet cherished by generations. As a keepsake, it bridged the past with the present and today. In the world of numismatics, it stands as proof that even modern coins can achieve legendary status when conditions align at this point. If you are still watching and your heart is racing, let me remind you to like this video, to drop a comment below, telling us what coins you have discovered, and to subscribe to World Coins Hub. Because the journey does not end here. We have more secrets, more million-dollar treasures, and more numismatic mysteries to reveal. And your subscription ensures you will never miss a single episode of this incredible adventure. As we near the end of this story, let us summarize the secrets we uncovered. The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with a diameter of 36 millimeters, thickness of 2.15 millimeters, weight of 11.34 grams, clad in copper and nickel, certified by PCGS or NGC, in extraordinary mint state condition, valued at $6 million, sold through premier auction houses, and remembered forever as one of the most astonishing modern rarities in American coinage history. And now comes the most powerful call to action. My friends, do not let this knowledge stay hidden. Share this video with your fellow collectors, with your family and friends, because someone you know might be sitting on a fortune without realizing it. And stay subscribed to World Coins Hub, because the next rare coin we uncover might just be the one that changes your life forever. The world of numismatics is vast, thrilling, and full of surprises, and you are now part of this journey, so prepare yourself, because the next treasure is waiting just around the corner. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a simple quarter, and realizing it could be worth $8 million. Imagine the shock, the thrill, the life-changing moment that turns an ordinary day into an unforgettable story. Today we are diving deep into one of the most mysterious and astonishing discoveries in coin collecting history. The 1980 Washington quarter. Dollar, a coin that looks so familiar, so common, and yet hides secrets that only the sharpest numismatists can unlock. Welcome to World Coins Hub, the home of rare treasures and hidden values, where today you will discover how a single quarter rose from pocket change to a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. Now let us build the suspense, because the Washington quarter is not new. It was first struck in 1932 to honor George Washington, the first President of the United States, and for decades it has passed through countless hands. But in 1980 something happened. A subtle difference, an extraordinary rarity, a survival miracle that elevated one particular Washington quarter into the spotlight of the numismatic world. And this coin is now valued at an astonishing $8 million. So the question is, what makes this coin so rare? And how did it reach such an incredible price? Before I reveal the secrets, we must first understand the coin itself. The 1980 Washington quarter has a diameter of 26 millimeters, a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, and weighs 5.67 grams, struck in copper nickel, clad over a pure copper core. These specifications matter because they are the foundation of authentication. When a coin matches the exact mint specifications, it passes the first test of legitimacy. And collectors know these numbers by heart, because tiny deviations can reveal counterfeits or rare errors that change everything. But here is the cliffhanger. Not every 1980 quarter is valuable. In fact, almost. All of them are worth only 25 cents. Yet a handful possess unique qualities that transform them into numismatic legends. Perhaps an extraordinary mint error struck on the wrong planche. Perhaps an incredible level of preservation untouched by circulation, or perhaps a die variety so scarce that experts at PCGS, the Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Company, confirm it as one of a kind when this happens. The value of a coin explodes. And this is where grading enters the story, because in numismatics condition is king coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. Mint state, if you hold a 1980 Washington quarter that grades MS 68 or higher, you are already in the territory of great value. But if that coin also possesses rarity or a unique error, then suddenly it is not just valuable, it is priceless. And the coin we are speaking about today reached perfection. Under the strictest professional eyes, its details sharp, its luster blazing, its preservation miraculous, and that is why collectors drove its price to the unbelievable height of $8 million. Pause for a moment and imagine submitting your coin to PCGS or NGC, waiting nervously for the results, and then seeing that label return with an MS 68 or MS 69 grade. Your heart would pound, your hands would tremble, and you would know instantly that your life has just changed forever. Because coins like this are not just artifacts, they are fortunes, in metal form. But let us add more curiosity, because the Washington Quarter series is full of varieties and nuances that true numismatists love. Terms like full strike cameo, deep cameo, double die, obverse, or reverse repunched mint mark, all are part of the language collectors use when analyzing coins. And in the 1980 issue, subtle differences exist that only trained eyes notice when these features are combined with perfect condition. The results can be staggering. This is the secret world of numismatics, where knowledge equals wealth, and where tiny details overlooked by millions can make one collector a millionaire. Now, many of you may be wondering, how can I sell a coin like this? If I discover one, where do I go to ensure I get the full value? Here lies another important truth. You never sell such a coin to a pawn shop or a casual buyer, because they will never offer its true worth. Instead, you must go through world-renowned auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, where elite collectors gather to bid on the rarest pieces, and where professional certification from PCGS or NGC gives confidence to buyers. Always remember, grading and authentication are your passport to maximum value. Without them, even a rare coin loses trust with serious collectors. Imagine the scene at an auction. The lights focused, the room filled with anticipation. The auctioneer holding up your 1980 Washington quarter, certified in a pristine holder. The bidding starts at 1 million, climbs to 2, 3, 4, and the energy is electric. The hammer falls at 8 million, and the room erupts in disbelief. And you realize that a coin once worth just 25 cents has transformed into a treasure greater than gold. This is not fantasy. This is the magic of numismatics, where history, rarity, and condition collide. But the suspense is not over, because you may be asking, could I really have one of these in my possession? The answer is yes, it is possible. Rolls of coins sit untouched in banks and safes. Collections pass through families without anyone realizing their value, and treasures lie hidden in plain sight. You could have a 1980 quarter in your jar right now that is worth far more than you ever imagined, but you will only know if you take the time to learn the details, to study the coin carefully, to measure, to weigh, to examine under magnification, and when in doubt to send it for professional grading. Curiosity and patience are the keys to discovery. Now let us look at why the Washington Quarter is so iconic beyond its value. Beyond its rarity, it represents an enduring symbol of American history. The obverse with the portrait of George Washington, strong, resolute, timeless, and the reverse with the heraldic eagle, wings spread proudly representing strength and freedom. Collectors are drawn not only to the metal, but to the meaning, and when a coin carries both history and rarity, it becomes irresistible. This is why the 1980 Washington Quarter holds such power. In the world of numismatics, at this point, if your heart is racing, if your imagination is alive, let me remind you to like this video, to drop a comment telling us what coins you have discovered, and to subscribe right now to World Coins Hub, because our journey does not stop here. Every coin holds a story, and the next story might reveal another hidden fortune. Let us now revisit the key details. The 1980 Washington Quarter, diameter 26 millimeters, thickness 1.75 millimeters, weight 5.67 grams, struck in copper nickel, clad over copper. Authenticated and graded by PCGS or NGC, in spectacular mint state condition, with extraordinary rarity driving its value to $8 million, sold through elite auction houses to passionate collectors, and remembered forever as one of the most valuable quarters in American history. And now the final moment, the most powerful call to action: share this video with your friends, your family, your fellow collectors, because knowledge like this must be spread. Someone you know could be sitting on a fortune without realizing it, and by sharing you give them the chance to discover their hidden treasure. Stay subscribed to World Coins Hub, because the next video may reveal the next multi-million-dollar rarity waiting to change a life forever. The world of numismatics is vast, unpredictable, and thrilling, and you are now part of it. Prepare yourself for the discoveries ahead, because history, wealth, and mystery are waiting in the palm of your hand.